Well, this thing's been sitting here for 5 months, at least 5 months. Nothing has been moved. You know, I had problems with that Lippard auto leveling thing when we first got here, and I had to fix all that stuff. So hopefully after 5 months of it sitting here that this thing will actually lift back up into place. So we've got the support out of the front there. I got the I usually have one of those scissor type things that goes between the wheels right there. I've got them out of both of the wheels. I already checked the air pressure and got the air pressure up. It didn't, lost about 4 or 5 pounds over that period of time. I got the other support out of here. So we just need to move that front support. And then we'll hit the magic button and see if anything actually happens this time. The joys of RVing, folks. We'll be right back. Well, we got that support out of there. So let's go over to the control panel and see what happens. As you can see, I moved it in here, but it hasn't been touched. Oh, look at that, it lights up. Wouldn't even do that before. So let's hit this and see what happens. Oh, that jack just came up fine. That one came up fine. Look at this. It's lifting up. Look at all the ice coming off that. Guess I should have got that off there earlier. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that was on there. Wow. Well, looks like everything worked the way it was supposed to. To be honest, folks, I didn't even think anything was going to happen. I mean, I had so much problems with that auto leveling last time. The whole unit inside there was loose. Nothing was working right. Yes, we did drive it down the road and traveled with it a bit, but I'm telling you, it was a complete mess. Somebody didn't do their job right by tightening all the stuff up, making sure everything was okay. But I did get it all tightened up, fixed the problem with, I don't know if it's a solenoid or whatever, but it's a thing that's up on top there. It moves, and when it moves, the thing won't engage and work. And you would think it would be bolted with some screws. There's nothing there. It's kind of movable. So if you ever have that problem with yours, you might touch the top of that. And if it moves, hold the button and it might engage and start working. I went and zip tied it into a solid place because I wasn't sure what else to do with it until I had more time. And it's been holding up and working. So, but I've been told that a lot of people have problems like that. So, but look at that. She's back up. So I think I'm going to go and bring the truck around and unhook this stuff and hook it to it. And I think I'm going to maybe back it up some. Recenter it a little bit different and see what happens. See how everything works. So, but let's get some stuff moved and we'll see what happens. We'll be right back. Alrighty, you want to always make sure that pen is locked, and then you want to do a check test on it. You can see that it shows it locked there, and this did pop back into position, and I put the pen there. So then you want to come over here and lift these up a little bit. Now, one thing about these, as you can see, it always lifts this one up, and that one it won't lift up until this one lifts up. So I don't quite understand why they don't both come up at the same time, but I'm sure that's just their, maybe it's a safety thing, I don't know. But you can always come in here and put a little pressure on it then, and you can see it's hooked. So you always want to do a test like that, folks. It's just something you want to do. So let's just lift it up the rest of the way. Still needs to come up a little bit more. you can usually hear when it's there. But we're going to re-level this thing. I'm going to back it up and I'm going to re-level the whole thing. And I also wanted to do this just to make sure everything works. We're not leaving today, but I want to be able to get in and out of here real quick when I'm ready to go. So I figured, you know what? We're just going to hook it all up, back it up as far as I can go where my hoses will still hook up, and, you know that everything's working, you know? It makes you feel a little bit better. Just remember, folks, always double check that pin. Even if you've been doing it forever, you know, I had a really good friend. His wife was helping him and she dropped it on the back of the truck. And it pretty much destroyed that marriage because we'd seen a side of him that we never thought existed. It was his brand new truck. He had it for like 2 weeks. You know, I would never do that to Robin because I know better than that. I've seen that kind of stuff happen, but I'm sure it's happened in a lot of relationships. So if you just double check all this stuff, you know, yeah, it takes a little longer, you know, but better safe than sorry, right? We'll be back. 5 months of this fifth wheel sitting in this same spot. I was able to get it hooked to the truck and get it all connected, and everything actually worked. So I was able to get the auto leveling and all that stuff to work. And then I turned around and I moved the whole fifth wheel, reset it, hand manually leveled it with a level all the way around, got it perfect, and recalibrated it because it hasn't been recalibrated in a long, long time. So let's just take a look. I'm actually surprised. I figured I was going to have some problems, but it's all level and ready to go again. Got the support in the back there again. Still sits high in the back, but you can see the ground. At least here, the tires are not sunk down in there. Like, you can see where it was. That's how much it's sunk in 5 months. Crazy, right? So I got it up here on fresh ground. Yeah, I forgot my one of my pad things. I'm not moving it now because this thing's moving in a couple days, but you know, it is what it is. But we got it nice and level, and look at this is setting quite a bit higher now, so it's not as low as it was. It's easier to get under. That actually went in there a little bit better, but you know, it's all level all the way around. Our hose still reached. It looks pretty good, you know. I mean, it looks better now than it did. I wanted to put it back farther here, but it kept sinking and stuff, so I think it looks good right there. I'm just glad that all those time of it sitting here that I didn't have a bunch of issues, because I really was worried that it wasn't going to lift. I mean, I had problems with it lifting before, and yeah, I mean, I've learned that if you put this on ground that's not very level and it tries to auto level, it will get jammed or something, and you got to go to manual and work it that way. But the first times you do that a few times, it's kind of a pain in the butt and you forget how it all works. But I've had enough practice with it now. So just remember, if you can't get that thing to level up, just click it into the manual mode and do it yourself. And then recalibrate it. And, you know, if you're putting it on ground like this, if you're putting it on concrete or, you know, an RV park that's all leveled up, you know, that's a big difference from being out here in the country like this. So, but, you know, it's a good thing that I got it all figured out and ready to rock and roll. Truck's all done. Air pressures are done. I've got the gauges all calibrated on the tires for the PSI, and the heat range is reset. Did all that again. So just remember, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. If you like what we're doing on the channel, subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be a lot more, especially if you're a Riverstone person. I'm going to be doing a lot of Riverstone stuff over the next month. So we'll be back.